history or the Ajabotifi. Permit me, Madam Chair, to read it in Bassare in English language because I will not be able to speak the Bassare in school. This is the Bassare history, and we titled it the Bassare ethnic group, who we are and where we come from. The Bassare people are ethnic groups living in the sub-Saharan West Africa, notably in Senegal, the Gambia, the Republic of Togo, and Ghana. The Bassares of Togo and Ghana are of the same ancestral origin and share a common tradition, custom, and language. The Bassares living in Ghana and Togo speak Incham of the Group language cluster, and their traditional lands stretch from Bassare in the Republic of Togo into Ghana, specifically from Tatale into its environs in Ghana. It is worthy to note, Madam Chair, that the Bassare's hunting expeditions also led to the discovery of other Bassare traditional homelands in the Inquanta north of the Oti region and in the northern region. These traditional lands include Kuya, Lumi, Kofini, and Isokra. Madam Chair, though not much has been researched on the Bassare people of Ghana, there is unquestionable evidence of historical records and Bassare oral tradition that show that the Bassares of Ghana have lived on their ancestral lands since the 13th century. That is even before the arrival of the Germans and lately the French Europeans, thus leading to the colonization of the entire geographical area then known as German Togo, that stretched from Bassare into Tatale. Thus, before the division of the political boundary between French Togo and British Gold Coast, the Bassares were already living on their ancestral lands in Tatale and its environment in Ghana and in Bassare. They performed their traditions and customs as one people with a common ancestral background. Madam Chair, unfortunately, outsiders who have little knowledge or have little information, historical data about the Bassares, mistakenly assert that the Bassares of Ghana are aliens and are subject to some other ethnic groups. With this, I make reference to Baka 1986. It is not true, Madam Chair, that the Bassares are subject to some other ethnic groups. We have self-dignity, and our people have their own records. And the records need to be set straight that we are Bassares and we are independent. Madam Chair, as early as the 13th to 16th centuries, the Bassares were already into iron ore extraction on their own ancestral lands and were known to be the largest producers of iron ore, that is in the whole of West Africa. So, on what basis would such an industrious ethnic group like the Bassares be said to be subject to another ethnic group? In the context of our history, that is not true. As Bassares, we wish to state that traditionally, Bassares have never been subject to any other ethnic groups, not in time past, perhaps in modern times, except for the colonial, political, and administrative reasons that carves the Bassare traditional lands that is placed under that is after the 1956 plebiscite. But that does not deny the Bassares in any way or for whatever reason their sovereignty to live peacefully on their ancestral lands. Madam Chair, it would sadden your heart to learn that, in spite of Bassare's participation in the 1956 plebiscite to decide to belong to the Gold Coast, as to other ethnic groups, the citizenship of Bassare was questioned, especially during the Bassare Alliance Compliance Order in November 18, 1969. As a result, the Bassares, though living on their ancestral lands in Ghana, were mistakenly considered as aliens, and their peaceful existence as citizens of Ghana was so disturbed. And this affected some of our people living in the Bono and then Brown Ahafo region, where they were compelled or threatened to leave the country where they belong. It took the efforts of personalities like Mr. James Nakpai, whose name was mistakenly spelled as Naba, Mr. Nabo Bambi, Colonial Dawudi Joel, Captain Yandi Mbaba, Mr. Tinapa, and Mr. Haji Habib, to mention but a few. These personalities drew the attention of the Ghanaian populace to appreciate the fact that Bassares are not aliens. We are grateful to them. This unfortunate incident occurred against the Bassares because perhaps due to lack of comprehensive historical data on the sovereignty and true citizenship of the Bassares of Ghana and their counterparts living in the Republic of Togo. In fact, we wish to say that the Bassares are Ghanaians, like all other ethnic groups that lived on the United Nations Trust territories in 1946, or perhaps the Transcontinental Togo land, before that portion of the land was carved and integrated with the Gold Coast, now Ghana. In view of this, Madam Chair, Bassare Traditional Council wish to reiterate that all persons or group of persons who doubted or are still doubting or seek to question the severity of and the sovereignty and citizenship of the Bassare people as Ghanaians could kindly revisit historical records of the Germans, French and British Europeans who colonized Africa and for that matter, the Gold Coast. Historical records also are available in the United Nations Trust about the United Nations Trust territory that could be visited for those who are still in doubt. These historical records, including Bassare oral tradition, recognize the Bassare sovereignty as owners and occupants of their ancestral lands, whether in Ghana or in the Republic of Togo. And as I mentioned earlier on, these lands include Guya, Tatale, Guya, Lumui, Kofinyi, and Isobra. For the purpose of this occasion, Madam Chair, let me mention that the Bassares are gathered here today to celebrate with our father Ubote Nabuko Tichomla Manon II, not only on his 10 years of achievement of chieftaincy, but also to celebrate his achievement, quote and unquote, beyond the palace. That is to say, the Bassares in Bono, Ahafo, and Bono East regions have made significant contributions to agricultural and economic development in the cocoa farming areas, including the then Brown Ahafo region. Madam Chair and Madam here, it would be appreciated that the Bassare people are peace-loving, hard-working, honest, and dedicated to duty. And the Bassares have demonstrated these essential qualities in supporting agricultural activities in cocoa growing areas among the Bonos, the Ahafos, and by extension, the Akans. That is to say that stories about economic and agricultural development in the Bono and Ahafo regions cannot be told without mention of the significant contributions that the Bassares have made as far as farmhands on cocoa growing areas. As researchers, Madam Chair, we wish to state that we would be contacting the Bassaris and non-Bassaris to seek information about Bassaris who have lived among the Bonos, the Hafos, and for that matter in our lands here, to seek more information about the contribution of the Bassaris to the socio-economic development in this area. In conclusion, Chair, the Bassare Traditional Council would therefore like to use this platform to appeal to our Bassare brothers and sisters in Ahafu, Bono, and Bono East regions to come out boldly and speak Bassare, whether in Bassis, wherever we find ourselves. Please come out boldly, speak Bassare, and if you cannot, please learn to speak Bassare. Identify yourself as Bassaris. Let the people around us know, quote and unquote, who we are as Bassaris and where we come from. This is important because we are self-dignity, we are a people of self-dignity, and let's identify ourselves as Bassaris, and we must make ourselves better known. On this note, Madam Chair, thank you so much for the opportunity to read this brief history of the Bassare people. I take this opportunity to announce this booklet. It contains the history of the Bassare people, the wars that our grandfathers fought. We went into iron ore extraction, and people from all walks of life traveled to Bassare to trade in iron ore extraction. And they use iron ore for farm implements, and other tools. So please get a copy, give it to your children, they will read and appreciate who they are as Bassaris. Thank you so much. Nanamu, thank you so much.
Wow. Wow.